Hello folks, Mink here. Just figured I would record an intro for this because it's a little different. I mean, playing a board game by myself, that's kind of weird. Now, I don't know. I like board games, but sometimes you don't always have people to play them with, but you're still kind of in the mood for a game. That's kind of where I was going with this, because I was in the mood for some Battlestar Galactica. So I decided to load up Tabletop Simulator, set it to the cooperative mode, and I played a cooperative game by myself. Now there's a single player variant of the game, but I don't like that one all too much. I'm not going to go into the rules as to why, but I don't know, it's just a little weird, and I think doing the co-op by yourself overall is a better experience, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, I think I do miss William Adama's his ability where all skill cards valued at 1 count positive towards skill checks. I don't think I did that at all through the play, but didn't really matter all that much in the end. And in editing all this, I did notice I missed 1 jump prep, but other than that I think I got everything. But anyway, I know there's a lot of like dead space, and Tabletop Simulator in general doesn't have background music by default, and I forgot to put some on, and I didn't feel like editing any in, so it is what it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it for what it is. I enjoyed playing it, but again, like I said, I enjoy board games. So anyway, enjoy. Hello, folks. I figured I would try something different this time. Oh, welcome to Tabletop Simulator, and I am going to do a hot seat game. I'm gonna do a... Oh, I forgot you can type in your names now, so I'm just gonna go with like my old D&D group. So there we have Quarrel, the Paladin, and instead of doing this whole thing, we're just gonna load right into the game, which will be Battlestar Galactica. And I'm going to do a fully cooperative version of this with just a base game. Just to, I don't know, have fun here. Let's go with Levick, the Druid. You know what, let's try and keep them color. Coral with blue, that's fine. Levick, we'll go with green. About Grundak, the Barbarian. Zerdov, the Cleric. And Keslan, the Wizard. He'll be orange because this white space messes things up, so I avoid using white. Fully cooperative, Cobalt, orange. Mix that out. Quarrel to start. Do we want Quarrel to start? Yeah, we'll have Quarrel start. What the hell? Alright, so... what does he want to be? Well, we'll go with William Adama. When he draws a crisis, all 1 strength skill cards will count positive. He cannot activate the Admiral's quarters, but we're not going to be throwing anybody into the brig, so that doesn't matter. Once per game, after resolving a skill check, instead of discarding the cards, he can draw them into his hand. Dak. As a barbarian, you'd think pilot. Why not? Which one does he want to be? Lee Adama? Starbuck Boomer. I think he'll go with Starbuck. When you start your turn piloting a Viper, you may take 2 actions during your action step. Once per game, immediately after a crisis card is revealed, discard it and draw a new one. When a player chooses to activate the Admiral's Quarters and targets you, reduce the difficulty by 3. Again, that will not be a problem. Levick, Druid. I mean, the class D&D classes don't really matter here. Try to keep it at least somewhat thematic, though, I guess. Druid, huh? Coward, delusional, no. You know, honestly, he can't be a military or a pilot right now. Chief, maintenance engineer, blind devotion. Okay, that'll be Zertov. So I guess he's stuck with one of these. No. Religious visions? Skilled politician? Not really. Which of those 3? Whatever, we'll go with Laura Roslin. What the hell? Zerdov can pick any. Zerdov is normally a cleric. That's what I was thinking with the maintenance engineer kind of thing, but, you know, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Keslan. He's normally a wizard. Normally a lawful evil wizard. So I guess, I mean, this kind of makes sense. Delusional intuition, coward, all kind of makes sense. We'll go with Tom Zarek. Alright, so continue, complete setup, and there we go. William Adama is the Admiral. Again, we'll put this Cobalt card up here. Sleeper Agent phase, I don't exactly know what will happen with that. Rosalind's the President, of course. My OCD with these Vipers pointing the wrong direction. I mean, I guess it's not really wrong per se. But since they're allied with the Galactica, you think you would want them pointing the same way? I don't know. But anyway, with the cooperative version of the game, you draw less skill cards. At the start of every turn, you draw 4 instead of 5. At the start of the game, you still draw 3. Everybody who's not the first player, anyway. And you also start with less resources, except for fuel. See, fuel's still at 8. But food's at 7. Morale's at 9. And population's at 10. Other than that, the game works the same, except there is no undercover Cylon working against you, so use all work together. And we'll see how that goes. At the start of the game, draw 3 cards. Starbuck will draw Tactics of Piloting and a Leadership. What? Alright, let's disable. I forgot to disable unused hands. Now that shouldn't be a problem anymore. That's why the white player causes problems, because they intercept cards. Same with the yellow player over here. Sometimes if you're drawing stuff from this way. We'll also disable the hiding, because it really doesn't matter. And that just makes things easier for me, since I'm playing like a single player. And we'll also turn on turns. We can pass the turns, yes. It'll come in handy for executive orders. Levick. We'll draw 2 politics. Now leadership. Also has a quorum card. Move any other character from the brig. That shouldn't be... We'll see how useful that is. I'm not expecting it to be useful at all, but we'll see. Zerdov. We'll do politics, leadership, engineering. About what I expected. Keslan. What a politics, leadership, tactics. Alright, actual first turn. So start out by drawing cards. There you see it doesn't just say draw cards. Up on the left it actually has leadership and tactics. It's because you only draw 4. But instead of using those buttons, I just hover over and push 2. And that draws 2 cards. But that's also why the white player who's down here would cause trouble. Because if you actually use those buttons, it's fine. But let's see, what do we got? That's kind of terrible. But he'll move up to weapons and attack. Roll a 5, that is a destroyed raider. Yay. Crisis. 12, yellow and green. You know, actually passing this is pointless, but getting a 6 would be at least nice. And skill checks are played exactly the same, only we know nobody is going to spike the check. Like Starbuck here will not be throwing in a red card. Yellow and green need at least 6. Oh man. Gonna save cards. Might be questionable, but we'll see. Levick will throw in a card. Zerdov will throw in a card. Keslan. He will also throw in a card. And a Lee. Nope. William Adama. He will also throw in a card. Still shuffle, because you're still not supposed to know who threw in what and how much. Oh man. Oh man, I think we failed. 8 minus 8 is 0. Destiny deck really worked against us there. Okay, fail. -1 morale. Off to a good start. Activate heavy raiders. So 1 launches from the base star. Increase jump prep. Only good thing to happen from that. Okay, Starbuck's turn. We'll go with a tactics. Whoops. That is not piloting. 2 piloting and 1 leadership. She will launch herself in a Viper. Put a Viper out there, put this little thing behind it. Take the token. And when you launch yourself, you may then take 1 more action. That will be to move back here. Because we know when the raiders activate, they will move clockwise. So, that's her turn. 9, green and purple. Failing kind of sucks. Not going to throw anybody in the brig. See, it says may choose. Add destiny. Green and purple. Throw in a card. Throw in a card. Zerdov's going to be kind of useless. We know no more purple cards are going to show up, so that kind of sucks. In the destiny. You'll throw in a card. That'll be it. Didn't contribute much. Starbuck will throw in a card. 2 cards. What are we shooting for? 9. Oh, that's good. Oop. Oop. That looked like a -5. Destiny, not really. Wow. 11 minus 5 is 6. Wow. Another morale gone. We are not doing good. It's rare that the destiny works against you this bad. I mean, it does, but... Oh boy. Okay. Activate raiders. Jump prep. Move the token over here. And what will Levick do? 4 cards, 2 colors. So you'd think that would be 2 politics, 2 leadership. Sounds good. Can executive order somebody, but there's not really all that big of a threat right now. So she will discard 2 skill cards, because that's her terminal illness. In order to activate a location, you must first discard 2 skill cards. That actually kind of really sucks. But she also gets religious visions when you draw a crisis, draw 2 and choose 1. Which is really good. So she will discard this and this. That's to activate the president's office. If you are president, draw 1 quorum card. You may then draw one additional or play one. So quorum card are over here by their hand. Assign mission specialist. Draw 3 destination cards instead of 2. Is that worth playing? No, we're going to draw another quorum card. Food rationing. That would be nice if we were losing food. We're losing morale. But anyway, she gets to draw 2 crisis cards. Now, normally when you're with other people, they wouldn't be able to see what you're looking at here. Well, speaking of food, she would lose all of her skill cards right now by playing this. Or we could bank on losing the food and then gaining it. Another skill check with yellow. Purple. Oh man. Failing as a -2 morale. We could choose to lose 1 more morale. We already lost 2. Oh man, so you flip it, bring it out here, lift the deck, put it on the bottom. Play this one, and she says we are losing 1 food. Activate the raiders again. And that might have seemed like a very Cylon-y thing to do, but you know, we're not playing with any Cylons. But just an example is how that could work in a normal game, not cooperative. Increase the jump prep. Pass this over here. Zerdov, what's she gonna draw? We'll see. Already has a repair card. So we'll say 1 politics, 2 leadership, and an engineering. It actually kind of worked out. Oh man. And Chief will what? Chief will move to command. That gives him 2 unmanned Viper activations. So he will put 1 back here with Starbuck to act as sort of a buffer. And he will deploy another one in the area this one just left. And that will be his turn. Skill check, purple, red. Oh, it counts as a distance. That's a good skill check. But it's terrible. 14. 14. Oh man, I don't think we could do it. We have like no purple cards. Only 1 person draws red. I could play a scientific research, but that would only add 2. Yeah, so we're just gonna flat out fail this. Nobody's gonna throw in any cards. It sucks. Oh, what did Destiny give us? A yellow and a red. Well, at least it was a 4, so that would have been +3. 6. 8. Wouldn't have played that one. Would have kept it. 9. 10. Yep. definitely would have failed. Even with this, that would have been 11, which is still short. That sucks. Alright, so -1 food. Lost 2 food now. Destroy a raptor. Then we launch raiders. That'll be 1, 2, 3. From the only base star on the board. No jump prep. That does not count as a distance. That sucked. Alright. Mr. Keslan. Let's go with 2 politics. A leadership. And a tactics. And what will you do? What indeed? Oh, he has no reason to be up here on Colonial 1, honestly. So, he's going to move down here to, I don't know, we'll put him in communications just for the sake of it. And he has to discard a card to do that. And then what does communications actually say? Look at the back of 2 civilian ships. You may then move them to adjacent areas. If I moved it down here, that would attract those to go that way. But we'll keep them going the direction they're going. So we're not going to do that. Does not have an XO. Can launch a scout though. So why not? But 2. Come on, Zarek. It's 2 raptors gone already. Oh man, not doing so hot. President chooses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Or -1 morale. Wow. We're gonna lose a morale. Activate the raiders again. These ones will go that way. These 3 will go this way. Oh man, increased jump prep. That is terrible. Alright. You get 2 leadership, 2 tactics. Now, could go to the FTL and just jump. That would probably be the safer bet, honestly. So, he is going to go to the FTL and just jump. Roll a die. 7 or 8. 4. Okay. So in the jump prep, you see a -1 in this blue. We are jumping early. Doing so, this will lose you 3 population. This will lose you 1. Unless you roll a die and get a 7 or 8. Or is it 6? FTL control jump. if it is 6 or lower. Yeah, so 7 or 8 to negate the population loss. But we're on a -1, so we lose 1. This goes back to here. The board gets wiped clean. Put the raiders back. Put the base star back. Heavy raider gone. Starbuck gets put in a hangar. This would probably be what somebody else would be doing, because since blue is the admiral, they would be drawing 2 destination cards. Looking at them, seeing that as a 1, probably not playing it. May risk 2 Vipers. You know what, sure. Nothing's on the board right now. Flip this one, put it at the bottom. So lose 1 fuel. Risk 2 Vipers to roll a die. 6 or higher, gain 2 fuel. 5. Okay. Damage 2 Vipers. Not all that big of a deal. But crisis. Current player chooses. Oh my god. Well, we're doing a skill check. Can't afford to lose more morale. 9 yellow and green. Play card. Play card. Play 2 cards. Card. And play 2 cards. Not very good cards, but we'll play cards. And you don't really have to flip them, but I like to know, holy, you know, like what is what. On the plus side, it's the only bad card, but it's a high. 8 and 5, so we got an 8, which is a fail. -1 morale. Admiral discards 2 skill cards. That is terrible. No raiders. Increased jump prep. Not doing good at all. And you could chalk that up to my inexperience with the game, I guess. Holy shit. 2 tactics. 1 piloting. And leadership. And Starbuck will just kind of hang out in a hangar, I guess. because the hanger action is to launch yourself in a Viper and then take one more action. And with an EXO you get 2 actions. So like if I moved to the research lab, it would have to move to the hangar, then launch. Because with the executive order, like right here, you may move and take an action, or not move and take 2. So by not moving, you get 2 actions. So I think she's just going to hang out in the hangar. It's a perfectly viable option to move, by the way. And actually, like, go up to the research lab and draw a card. Because honestly, that's like the only place to go now. Maybe over here, press room, draw 2 politics cards. But I know one of those cards is going to pop up, so Starbucks is going to hang out there and launch a scout. And roll a 1. We're down to 1 raptor. This early in the game, that is bad. Food shortage. Holy hell. Well, -1 food. Already in the red on food. President discards 2. President only has 2. Current player discards 3. Launch scout. Evasive maneuvers. And evasive maneuvers. Red doesn't pop up all that much. And skill checks. Activate raiders, there are none. Increase jump. Levik's turn. Wow. Wow. 2 politics. 2 leadership. Could draw another quorum card. Can do that without actually spending cards, by the way, but that's your whole action just to do so. Could also play 1, and that's your action just to do so. Could activate the chamber, but that costs 2 cards. So you know what? Instead of doing that, we are just going to play food rationing. And nobody has strategic planning, so 6 or higher. And we rolled a 2. Okay, nothing happens. Discard from the game. Or is there a spot over here? Nope. Oh, man. Well, what a turn. Oh. Well, at least we're not getting them back to back. You see that would have happened? And that's really nasty when that happens. Oh my. Each base star immediately attacks. 4 heavy raiders. That is really nasty, but we're going to do that one. Only because I think the 2 base stars attacking could be bad, especially the way my die rolls are going. So we'll do this one. Put a base star up here. Activate heavy raiders there are none. Four raiders. Two in the front, two in the back. That's actually not the back. One in the back, one in the bottom right. Two in the bottom right, sorry. No Vipers in this setup. Wow. You know, things aren't looking good for the humans. Alright. Chief, what do you got? One politics. Two leadership. Engineering. Alright, so, Chief. You know, I was going to have him go repair the Vipers. And then Exo Starbuck. But instead of doing that, I think I'll just have him launch two Vipers. He's going to launch one here. And he's going to launch one here. Now I know it's not really all that ideal, but need something to deal with those heavy raiders in the front at some point. That's my thinking anyway. Whereas the raiders still have, you know, they still have some space to go before they get to the back. So, yeah. Oh, there was really 3 of those in a row. Wow. Alright, first step, activate raiders. Holy shit. Put a base star up there too. 3 more raiders. One, two, three. Two in the back, can't. Heavy raiders, that is. These 2, yes. Another civilian ship down here. 2 this way now. And 2 Vipers in the front. FTL failure. Move the fleet token 1 space towards the start. Wow. Wow. Oh my god. Wow. You know what? He's going to draw 1 politics, 2 leadership. tactics. You can choose which fourth card you don't get every turn, by the way, and he specifically wanted an executive order. And he is going to executive order Starbuck. Will launch herself in a Viper. And then move to the back as the action from launching. And then she gets one more action from the XO, which will be to attack. She is not going to use maximum firepower. Get a 3, that's low, but it's still a kill. Ooh boy. Not looking good. Oh my. Oh my. -1 morale. Well, we are going to lose population. And the Admiral discards 2 skill cards. Admiral only has 2. 1 decent number, 1 kinda low. And then the base stars attack. There are 2. A 1 is a miss. 5 is a hit. Draw one of these. And that is command. Chief goes to sick bay. And that sucks. Didn't want to lose command. Oh man, that means all these unmanned Vipers are just kind of sitting there.